This is TWiT.
Two really interesting Verily stories.
Verily is their health.
Really interesting Verily stories.
Oh, they're what? Okay, let's hear them.
So one is that they're opening an opioid treatment facility in Ohio.
What?
A tech-enabled campus that collects information and analytics and hopes to improve outcomes. It's Verily. It's not Google. It's not privacy. Don't worry.
No, I know. It's less that, and it's. I worry as private companies branch into these things, and with the current lack of oversight in regulatory regimes.
Started a non-for-profit.
Even a nonprofit. I'm thinking more about accuracy of the data analysis and understanding how high quality it is. And part of it is like the tech ethos of kind of being a little quicker and research cycles being too slow.
That's what bothers me, is this kind of egotistical notion that, well, we're techies, we have a solution for every problem, even the opioid epidemic.
And I'm not totally against it.
It's an area that's ruled by emotions more than data, and so there is more data needed. There's a lot of people who are against drug treatments. David Sheff, the author of Beautiful Boy, talks about this a lot, as does Sam Quinones, who wrote a magnificent book on this called Dreamland. The AA world believes that you shouldn't be taking drugs to help you get off drugs, and the data say that it's saving lives. And so I think having a data-based view in that world is probably going to be a good influence.
So the new nonprofit, this is according to The Verge, is called 115. It will offer both inpatient and outpatient services and will, quote, use a variety of means to track patient behavior. And this is from Danielle Schlosser, who's senior clinical scientist of behavioral health at Verily. She told CNBC, you could imagine something as simple as people answering a survey or more sophisticated technology to gain insight of who that person is, what they're encountering in their environment.
It's your other sponsor, too. It's Calm.
Yeah.
Right, which is there's ways that technology can help people at various times.
I'm more worried about Verily's other project, the Smart Shoe.
Yes, because I'm not going to like what it says to me.
I like this because IoT. There's my question is, how much technology and what kind of technology do we build into shoes? Mine is a bigger.
Is this Smart Shoe question. IoT or IOF? The Internet of Feet.
Oh yeah.
So, according to CNBC, Verily is looking for partners to co-develop shoes with sensors embedded to monitor the wearer's movement and weight, as well as to measure falls. The site quoted sources who had seen a prototype of the data tracking shoes, which were produced to attract partners who could help on the project. Not sure if it's still active even. This is more. So I think this got more attention because of its headline.
Yeah, well, smart shoes have existed for a while. AT&T has been.
I Spy. Sorry.
They've been marketing smart shoes for a while.
AT&T sells smart shoes.
Well, no, they have a partner that they work with that sells them, and they sell them for fall detection and making sure older people or elderly get up and move.
That's good.
The question here that I have is, I have a very deep-seated fear of some of this data getting out in the way it's going to be used. So they talked about, working with, I think Aetna was one of the partners mentioned here.
Well, you could get it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Apple launching an app with Aetna designed to reward people.
But what if you got a discount from Aetna if you had Aetna shoes and they measured 10,000 steps a day and they said, as long as you keep that up, we're going to give you a discount. Would that be a bad thing or no?
So the challenge there is once you start discounting that type of behavior, you kind of break the insurance model in a sense, which is healthy people subsidize unhealthy people. And while we're all like, well, we shouldn't subsidize.
But don't car insurers give discounts to safe drivers? I mean, it changes the actuarial table. They also give discounts to adults over teenagers based on actuarial tables.
Stacey, I think there's another way to look at it. What you're trying to say is that you could call it a discount for the healthy. You could also call it a premium for the unhealthy.
Right. And the data doesn't actually show this. The 10,000 steps number was actually derived from like a study in Japan. So again,
that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. And it's such a good number that you go, that must be true. Yeah.
So that's one issue. We don't know how, and we have no insurance and actuarial tables. The data that they're using, the data that's compiled into those tables is a long running. It's like in home space, it's like 10 years and like thousands of hours of data, which actually makes it really hard for companies trying to get insurance discounts on like their connected products that stop leaks, for example. So there's some give and take that needs to happen. But I do think that it's hard to authoritatively say for everyone or even for certain classes that some of these numbers that are good. And we could end up penalizing people who, again, can't take 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah, no, that's fair.